Hey everyone, it's Morgan here. Just got up to Snowbird. We are doing a women's enduro race. I got the race plate on. I kind of have wanted to do this thing where I race and review a bike, so we'll see how it goes. Probably won't be able to talk very much on the up because it's so much uphill, but we'll see how it goes and kind of tell you how I'm feeling on the way down. And yeah, so I'm excited to get going on this. We are about to start on our uphill. This is a steep uphill. It's a fire road to the top. It's not that far, but it is basically just up the whole way. So we're getting a head start. We're starting early to get up for our start time so we can take some breaks because these are some pretty long stages. We pre-rode this Saturday, so hopefully that helps. But right now I'm riding the Fezzari La Sal Peak. This is a big bike. This has a 170 millimeter fork, a Zeb. And I don't know what's in the back, 150, 160, I'll have to look at that. But man, it's a big bike. It'll be fun for this. It'll trudge through all the rocks and everything, but to haul this thing up is gonna be a lot of work. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we are on the La Sal. We've gone a little over a mile, which is not a lot, but it has been basically all uphill. This is probably one of the second breaks we've had. Getting up to stage 1, it's not a very long course. I think we're only riding 5 miles. It's 2 stages, and man, it's a lot of climbing. But riding this La Sal, I mean, I think I knew going into this that I'm a smaller to medium-sized woman, and this is just a big bike. So I think any way I climb this, it's gonna feel big, but it's felt efficient. I feel like it hasn't been unbearable. I've been able to continuously climb up these hills with good efficiency, and it's just felt smooth. And yeah, so I feel like as far as going up, yes, it's probably a lot to haul up a hill like this, but I've enjoyed it. It's been good. Like I said, we are close to stage 1, and got about 10 minutes before I go down the first stage. Might be a little bit longer. It looks like there might be a little wait up there, but I'm excited to kind of give this a shot down and let you guys know how I'm feeling about it. Let's go.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Boosted that was fun. Oh, it dumped rain last night, and this dirt is real nice. Man, this bike is seriously charging through this stuff. Holy cow, feels good. Rough to bring up, fun to ride down. Enduro races are interesting because you're always thinking, is the person behind me potentially going to catch up? And also, you don't really know where you're at in placement. So you don't really know if you are going fast. You just have to feel like you're going fast. Ah!
Let's go!
Starting to get tired. Can't make stupid mistakes. Gotta stay with it. Enduro is like such a test of endurance. Oh, wow. All right, so we are taking the transfer over to the next stage, stage 2. Stage 1 was really fun. Pretty tiring, but it was good. The bike on the down though, wow, it was fun. I just was having a blast. I felt like I was just kind of going through everything really easy, and felt like I could handle it well. Felt really poppy. There were a few little jumps at the beginning that felt really good on. Okay, we're on our way to stage 2, almost there. Yet another great climb up the fire road. Smile, you're on camera. Stage 2 is a lot more pedally, a lot more rocky, kind of a different technical maybe than the first one, which is fun. It is a longer stage as well, so I will probably be just as gassed by the time I get to the bottom of this one. But great views, good times. Here we are, top of stage 2. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! Top of stage 2. Woo! Oh! Holy mama, oh my gosh! Just send it over the rocks. Oh. Oh, I can already tell. I'm so tired. Woo. Rocky and sunny. Oh, geez. These big turns, I mean, these tight turns are a little hard with these big wheels. I think that's been the biggest difference I've seen, is just tight cornering. I usually ride a 27.5, so sometimes these wheels just feel gigantic. Even though you're not timed on the ups, it is just all out down, and these downhills are pretty long and relentless. Well, and you know you have to go fast, so you just are kind of really going for it. Takes a lot out. my gosh. Man, it is just crazy how tiring that is. Oh my gosh. Coming down just exhausted at the bottom, but we did it. That was fun. And this bike is sweet, super rad. I had a blast on it. I was just getting so tired by the end. It felt so big, but it was plowing through everything, and it was just a fun ride. I had a great time on it. So thank you for joining me on my race and review. I think we find out results tomorrow, but there is a raffle, so we have high hopes. The winning ticket. All right, everyone, this is a quick recap on my Fezzari La Sal Peak review. I did kind of this race and review thing, and I was just gassed like the whole time. So me basically going down and trying to talk about the bike at the same time was a little difficult, so I wanted to like kind of throw in some extra things that I had forgotten as I was doing the race. The race was super fun, got first in the raffle, snagged this bad boy, and we had a really fun time. But let's get down to the nitty gritty with the La Sal Peak. So this is the La Sal Peak 2.0. It had a version 1, but they have like completely redone this bike to be a version 2. You can see on that older one that kind of had a different frame, look to the frame. They've changed it so that there's a lower standover height in this newer one. As well as kind of getting slacker and longer, as everything does in the biking industry. As far as specs on the bike goes, it's a 170 millimeter fork with 170 millimeter rear shock. It's just big. You can actually change out the 170 millimeter fork for a dual crown, like 180 millimeter if you wanted, which is really cool. If you want to get like a little crazy with it. So that's always an option. You can also switch out the rear shock for 160 millimeter if you want to take it down just a little bit. You can also do a coil on this bike as well, which is a cool option. So kind of a lot of different things you can do with this bike to make it how you want and how you'd ride it. I was on the La Sal Peak Elite build. It's a $5,000 build. It came with a Zeb RockShox fork, a GX drivetrain, stands wheels, and what else is on that? It has SRAM Code RSC brakes. I love those brakes. I've been riding them for 2 years now. They're awesome. The RockShox Super Deluxe Plus on the back. This build was great. I had no complaints about the components, about the brakes. Everything felt really smooth. It felt great. So definitely a good build for $5,000. Getting all the things you're getting on this bike is a really good price. As far as feel on the bike going down, it felt like it was tracking really well. I didn't feel like I was losing control at all. It felt like everything was staying very stable. Really poppy. I was getting some air off some little jumps in the trails and things like that. It was nimble. It felt pretty easy to ride. I think the one thing that I was surprised about was how well this bike could climb. For being a fire road and taking that much of a bike up, honestly, it felt like it could climb really well. It was efficient. It felt pretty easy. I mean, it is a big bike, but I never had to get off and like walk up a hill or anything. But it was pretty steep going up. So I feel like as far as pedal efficiency, it was really good. It felt like a really good standout bike for being big like that, and probably like the Ibis Ritmo would be like some really good climbing bikes that are bigger bikes. So I would kind of compare it to that. As far as who this bike is for, if you're someone who is wanting to do some like park days and like you're doing enduro races and things like that, such a fun, awesome bike. Honestly, I think you would really enjoy it. Like I said, great bang for your buck. So like you're gonna get great components for the price, which is worth it. As far as me, I don't think I would do this as like my one quiver bike. And I'll tell you why. The reason is because it's just big. Like, for myself personally, like I'm a smaller, medium framed woman. Like as I said in my video, it just is like a lot to take up a hill every single day if that's my only bike that I have. And I'm just not like going that crazy all the time, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like sending drops every single time I ride and things like that. So as far as for who this is for, I would say someone who's ready to get rowdy. If you're maybe not looking to do big drops, jumps, super rowdy terrain, I'd maybe look at a smaller suspension bike. Fezzari has their Delano Peak bike that would be a great option, a little bit smaller suspension, but still great for kind of a one quiver bike. I wish I could have all the bikes in the world because I would probably have this one if I wanted to like take it and go crazy. That sucked.
That was hard.
Holy.